Head over to miniaturemarket.com where they have thousands of board games at discounted prices like Cross Clues. Hello my friends, it's the Game Boy Geek here. Today, we're going to be working cooperatively together, giving each other clues and trying to figure out where does that clue intersect from different words. Today, we're taking a look at a game called Cross Clues. It's coming out by Blue Orange Games. Let me show you how it's played. I'll see you on the other side. In Cross Clues, you're cooperatively trying to come up with one-word clues that intersect different words, like ring in jail, ring in enemy, knight in jail, knight in enemy, for example. You're trying to get others to guess those clues. But the standard game actually has 4 on one axis and 4 on the other. Now each player is going to get one of these cards and it's going to have a coordinate, like it might say B2 or A4 or whatever. And there's no turn order. It's a cooperative game, but anyone, when they have a clue for the words that intersect, they will come up with a one-word clue and everyone else talks about it and comes up with a final guess. For example, if I gave you the single word clue of binoculars, which intersection of 2 words, now again, look, we've got A1, 2, 3, 4, B1, 2, 3, 4. You're looking at where these 2 ones intersect. So you're trying to find the 2 words that intersect with my clue of binoculars, and you're going to tell me what letter and number intersection coordinate that is. Let's give you about a few seconds. Go ahead, pause the video here for a moment and think about binoculars. Well, let's say you guys say A3, and this was the card I was holding. I would put it right there to show you that no one else is going to have this card. Now, if you were wrong, if you said like A1, the card that I had would get discarded out of the game without anyone seeing it, and I would simply draw a new one. Well, let's just say we got it right. Again, and then, so I would draw a new card, so everyone always has 1 card. Of course, if you're playing with 2 or 3 players, each player actually gets 2 of these cards. And you could choose which one, so you always have 2 with 2 or 3 players. And again, it's just free form. Someone gives a clue, you guess, they draw a new card. If it's right, it goes here. If it's wrong, it gets discarded. So let's play a little further. Let's say that I'm giving you the clue, break. So pause the video, look at all the different intersections, and come up with your answer for my clue, break. All right, you got it? Sure, this might be an easy one. Summer break, and teachers always have break during summertime, so I was trying to get to do that. Now what typically happens is people are giving the clues they are most certain of first, so you're kind of like, you know, it's organically happening where you could give 2 clues in a row if you got great ones, but people are going to be giving the easier ones sooner. So it might look like this as you keep going, and you know, the harder clues will come out later, but as the board kind of narrows down, assuming you keep getting them right. So let's say I give you a clue that is called movie. Now, by the way, you can't use a word that's a form of any of the words that's the actual answers, and the clue has to pertain to both words. So you can't just say like things like opposite or whatever. You know, they have to be a certain thing. So let's just say I say movie. Pause it and try to play along. All right, did you get C2? Do you remember there's a movie called How to Train Your Dragon? Dragon and teacher, so you're sort of teaching the dragon. That one might have been a little bit of a stretch, but some of them have to be, but at least the board was sort of narrowed down for you. So let's just give you one more clue to give you a feeling for this. Maybe I say conservationist. Go ahead and pause the video and think about that one. Okay, did you say D2? As you're in the jungle doing the conservationist work, and a teacher, sometimes a conservationist, you know, they teach classes about different things like that. You know, that one again was a stretch, but did you get it based upon what was left? That's pretty much what you're doing in this game. Now we were playing the intermediate game. That's a 4x4 grid. You could play a 3x3 grid, which is easy, and a 5x5, which is expert. So we did intermediate, and let's say we got 14 of them right. Wow, good. You know, you just get sort of a rating depending on how you did. That's how you play the game. Now these word cards, there's actually 50 of them, and they all have 4 words on them, like box, couch, octopus, shovel. And so there's 200 total words, and since they're always being combined with other words, there's almost unlimited replayability here. All right, first let me just tell you that the way this looks is just very appealing. It's got a very vibrant color scheme. It kind of looks like almost like one of those like 50s commercials, advertisements. It just looks nice on the table. But let's talk about the elephant in the room, because everyone is just gonna say, well, this just looks really a lot like Codenames Duet. Yes, it does play very much like Codenames Duet. However, this is like a light, and by the way, Codenames Duet is one of my favorite games of all time. It's probably in my top 10 ever. I love that game. This is a much lighter version of that. Codenames Duet, you have there's so much, there's a much higher bar to teach the game because, you got 2 clue givers and you want to make sure the clue giver on the other side is probably the most experienced gamer. And then you're going to have to teach them how to read the grid. This means this, this means this. Oh, and by the way, you don't want to get the assassin. There's 3 of those. And your assassin here could either be one of 3 things: an assassin on my side, a beige on my side, or a green on my side. Oh, and by the way, we actually have 3, and there's actually a lot going on in there underneath that hood that goes on in Codenames Duet, where this is just like, here's a card, come up with a clue, let's all do it together, done. You can teach this game to anybody. Unlike Codenames Duet, you got a little bit more, it's more of a gamer's party game, where this is more of a family's party game. I mean, you could bring this to any family gathering, pull it out, and just teach it as you go. I mean, you don't even, it's 5-second teach, that's it, really. Where Codenames Duet, there's a lot more. So this has a place, I believe. And so that's one of the positives, is this is so easy to teach. Set the game up, give everyone a card. That's your intersection. Give me a 1-word clue that does it. That's it, pretty much. We're trying to get the highest score. I like that everyone is involved in giving clues. Again, unlike Codenames Duet, where only 2 of you are giving clues, everyone can give a clue. So, and the ones that are not as good at giving clues, maybe they want to give it first, or wait until the board gets sort of closed in, and that gives them a little bit more leeway of what to do, and it might not get misconstrued for a different clue or a different word. And that's a big part of this, is finding the right time to give your clue. Are you confident enough that when you give it, they're going to get it, or can it possibly mean something else? If it does, then either think of another clue that doesn't do that, or wait for someone else to possibly play one where the other one possibly would. Now you can do it. So it has an interesting bite there, even though it's still so simple. The harder ones definitely become easier as the board fills up, and that's fun. And there's different difficulty levels. I've tried the different ones. The medium range one seems about right. I think the most I've gotten is 14, but then when I did the expert, man, it got exponentially harder because there's so many more combinations and such. It also works great with even the lower player counts. Even 2 players or 3 players, when you each get 2 cards, it works well there, but it also works well with big groups. It really works well across the whole thing. So overall, I really, really enjoyed this game. The only negative, I really can't say anything negative about this game, other than some might be like, that's too close to Codenames or Codenames Duet for us. And I would get that. However, I love Codenames Duet, and this has a place in my collection. I don't just keep every game that I review. I have to be in love with a game in order to keep it. And I'm in love with this because, like I said, I can play this with anybody, and after they play this, they want to go a little bit deeper with it, adds more deduction and more things to think about. Let's play Codenames Duet. That's really the one I love the most, but this is a great sort of building block towards that. And for that reason, it has a spot in my gaming library. So we're going to induct it properly with a saxophone serenade. Did you miss the Game Topper 2.0 Kickstarter? Have no fear, it's not too late to get in on the ultimate gaming accessory. Convert your table into a high-quality gaming table with a fully portable Game Topper system and take advantage of some of the best 3mm premium gaming mats in the industry. New styles, new sizes, and new accessories can be yours. Upgrade every game you play by late backing now at GameToppersLLC.com.